Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, staff, students, honoured guests, family and friends. Thank you all for coming. My name is Ryan Connery, and it is my privilege to say a final farewell to all of you tonight. Not just to the graduating students, but to all of the staff here at Canning College. Last year, I was asked to give a speech. I'm trying to get this right. Last year, I was asked to give a speech at the Year 12 graduation, but as I was not actually graduating that year, I was unable to. So instead, I was promised to torch it in Year 12 to 2013. Consequently, I've had a year to write this speech. Kind of wrote it last week. But it's okay, I had a good excuse. I really couldn't be bothered. No, I'm only joking, but that's the attitude I had before coming to Canning College. You see, I was never really interested in school. I graduated in 2008 from my previous school with a C grade average. The hardest subject I took back then was building and construction. So you can understand why I was rejected from Murdoch 3 years later when I tried to apply. I attempted sitting the stat test as a means of entry, but failed the English component, scoring only above 2% of the other candidates. Yeah, right. I actually have the letter here with me tonight. So you probably can't see that, but it clearly says here, 2%. So yeah, it kind of broke my heart that we were being told that I'd produce one of the worst, if not the worst scores of the test. And then no, I'm not allowed to go to university. But that didn't stop me. I couldn't just accept no as an answer. And so I began looking at ways to improve my education. I sent a few emails out to various institutions knowing that I was going to make, knowing that if I was going to make any sort of improvement, I'd have to return to school. Canning College was the first to reply to me, and they set up an interview immediately. I enrolled mostly in bridging science courses because I was really into the Big Bang Theory at the time. I do not regret my decision. Although physics was a bit of a headache, especially considering I had never done any algebra before. I had no clue what a variable was, and the concept of moving them around was alien to me. I can remember sitting in Lou's class, absolutely confused as to how he was manipulating the wave speed equation. I was convinced he was a wizard for a good 2 months. But wow, that was 2.5 years ago. I've learned his language now, and it's basically second nature to me. Anyway, after half a year, I still wasn't happy with my maths, so I spent 2012 working through the 3AB, 3CD, and specialist bridging programs. I also figured I should try tackling a Year 12 subject as well to reduce the load for 2013, and so found myself studying English. Having briefly survived this year, I can definitely say I'm glad I did this. Sorry, having barely survived this year. Yes, but after producing such a horrible score on the stat test, I'm proud to announce that I scored an A in English last year and achieved second place for stage 3. This brings us now to 2013, and boy, what a year it's been. I've been working at Woolworths for the whole of this year, as well as volunteering up at Royal Perth. I've been on the student council, I've acted in a play, something I could never imagine myself doing. And I'm here now, delivering a speech to all of you. It's been tough managing it all. I've had to work every weekend this year, sometimes for 11.5 hours straight, and my week started to blend together a long time ago. There have been times when I've just wanted to give up and quit. As a matter of fact, I was ready to walk in at the start of term 2 and just throw in the towel. But thanks to a couple of friends and the abuse of my older brother, who I will now quote, "You won't be dropping any subjects, or I'll be dropping you," I was put back on track and somehow made it to the end of this year. If I had given up in term 2, I would not be here tonight. I would never have acted in a play, I would never have met some of the friends I now know, or strengthened some of the relationships I already had. I would not have learned some very valuable lessons, both academic and philosophical, and I would have never felt the satisfaction of not giving up. Most importantly, however, I would never have met someone who shall remain nameless out of my own fear of being beaten to death later. Her name's Kimiko. But the point to all this, the crux, the purpose of my speech tonight is to inspire you to not give up. The WACE exams start next Friday. Your future, my future, our future will be decided by these exams. Trust me, oh, trust me, I know how much you don't care about stuff anymore. But now is not the time to rest. It is not the time to relax. It is the time to fight and the time to succeed. I don't care about any of the doubts in your mind. They're useless to you and they're useless to me. I don't want to hear them. Just by opening a book and remembering a single sentence, you are improving your ability to deal with these exams. Don't give up. You're so close to the end and you can rest once it's all over. But if you are feeling like I was at the start of term 2, if you are so close to the breaking point and you don't think you can go on, and you need a friend to knock some sense back into you, come talk to me after. I'll be your friend. I'll see you in the trenches. Thank you and goodbye.